game, and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Texas A&M Aggies and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Guys, when I walk out onto the grass here at Saban Field, this is one of the most iconic places in all of college sports. When Bryant Denny is good, it's one of the most dynamic home field crowds. They are so excited to welcome back their Crimson Tide, and they are really loud early in this pregame. I'll keep you posted on how loud, how crazy, and how frenetic it gets here for the Crimson Tide. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Split-backs here. Wide receiver going in motion. Running inside. It's Hill. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Now they'll face 3rd and 4 in their first possession of the game. Changing the routes with his receivers. From the gun on 3rd down, Keelan Russell. The throw to the outside is complete.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it. And
it's a running room, just plowing ahead. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Makes a catch. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
the offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll try to blast their way in. Driven back.
Unsuccessful 2nd down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on 3rd down?
Third and goal, where the fire purifies and separates contenders and pretenders. Timeout taken here by the Aggies. That'll be their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Let's see what the offense dials up on 3rd and goal. gaining space. He'll be stopped short, could not drive his way into the end zone, and now they're faced with 4th and goal.
Decision coming up here. I'm kicking a field goal, though, David. First drive of the game, you want to pay it off and just put some points up on the board.
Well, and see, I'd go for the touchdown because here's the thing. I'm going to make them go the length of the field, almost 100 yards, even if I get stopped. I'm starting this game aggressive.
Big on big, man on man, and the defense wins on 4th down.
And I think that's going to be a frustrating drive for this offense, man. You move the ball on your first possession right down the field, and you choose to be aggressive, and you choose to go for the touchdown. But now you get nothing out of this possession. The defense gets the stop. They get some momentum going in their favor.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Hits inside. It's Edwards. Pickup of 8. It's now 2nd and 2.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
Play action with Reed. Left side, it's Owens. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Backed up at the 16-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Takes a handoff. It's Edwards. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
They'll ride him again. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. Nothing the Aggies love more than saying howdy with a strong running game.
Yeah, how do you like that first down? How do you like that ground game? Like, that's what they've got to be built on. They got to have that toughness. When the Aggies have that toughness is when you see that their best teams are competing at a high level.
From the gun, it's Edwards. Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Deafening noise. Reed trying to cut through it. Out wide left, it's Owens. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. And the Aggies come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Reed throws it deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field. You're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls in.
This is an opportunity to show your offense you believe in them. Their opening drive of the game, still in their own territory, going for it on 4th down. Even close to converting. Stopped well short of the first down. What a job by this defense. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. The Tide ready to roll on offense. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious and eager to get back on the field. They know they left points on the board. They let that one get away from them. They look like they are pumped up and ready to go here, Dave.
And listen, it was a good drive, so you got to remember that. But they got to realize, I got to get points. When I get in those areas, I got to capitalize. And they wanted a touchdown last time. This drive, they can go make it happen.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Motion from the back. Snap to the back. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Direct snap. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Straight ahead, it's Hill. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
Making the adjustment on the play. Russell from the gun on 3rd down. Intercepted for the 11th time. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Still nothing on the board as we open up play here in the 2nd quarter. So 1st down here as they go back to work. Play fake, Reed. Bought a little time, lets it go. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the 1st down. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here.
And that's a really good job by the quarterback, man. You run the play action, you want to take a shot. Nice job taking the check down. Running back does the rest and chews up some yardage.
Quick give. It's Edwards. Stop right there.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a 1st down at the 29.
And I think one of the secret sauces from a year ago for A&M was Craver and Concepcion. They were the best 1-2 punch in college football as far as playmaking receivers. Guys that could catch it short and take it long. Now you bring in Horton, who comes over from Alabama. This receiving core now, can they continue to grow? Can the passing game get better, Palmer, and take that next step?
Well, the good news is you still got Marcel Reed throwing the football, right? A guy with tons of experience and a guy who's made a lot of big plays throughout his career. So you bring in Horton, who comes over for Alabama. Big physical guy who can make plays down the field. Craver can take a hitch route, 80 yards, and score. Still a really good 1-2 punch in this Aggies offense, especially the passing attack. Still going to be tough to stop. And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the fourth down, right? They've gotten a couple.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. Marcel Reed to throw for it on 4th. Turns it on in midfield. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that 4th down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Quickly out to the tight end. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Guys, let's take a minute here and talk about Texas A&M. When you break into the top 5 halfway through the season, you've been flying under the radar, and that is no longer an option. You want to see if this team can stay focused with all the attention they're getting.
And that's what's pretty cool about their season. Like, they're starting to get respect. They've started to earn that. I think we just got to realize, Palmer, halfway through the season, you don't get any trophies. That doesn't exist.
You just got to keep doing what you're doing, right? It's been working to get to this point, to get that number beside your name, to get everybody's attention. Now is not the time to freeze up and start getting nervous because you've got the spotlight on you. You've got to keep playing the game the way you've been doing it the first half of the season.
Pass falls incomplete, but that was basically a free play as the defense was offsides, and this is going to be a first down. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. The Aggies look to keep this drive humming. The run inside. It's Edwards. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. The freshman running back being attended to. We hope he's able to get back in the game shortly. Holly Rowe will keep us up to date. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. On the ground, it's Owens. Collisions and power on display, and after all of that, just back to the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. Plows his way ahead. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be 4th down.
And this offense, I don't think this is going to be a surprise. I think the offense is going to stay on the field. You've already seen it once on this drive, and they've already been successful. You know how hard it is to defend when there's an extra down, and they do it over and over again? So I think this offense will continue to stay aggressive like they were on the last 4th down.
Tough run here. It's Edwards. Not going to get there, and the decision to go for it on 4th down does not work. Motion from the wide receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Throwing Russell. Moves to his right. Now he's going to throw it all the way back across the field. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
I think sometimes as a quarterback, when your offense is struggling, you don't have any points up on the board yet here at the end of the first half. You're just trying to take a shot to see if your guy can make a play. And that time, he thought he had the matchup he wanted, but he has just not been able to ever find a rhythm. And this defense is making it really hard on him, forcing that one to fall incomplete.
Still looking to his right. He's not afraid to go deep. Makes the catch down the right side. Took it all the way to the 36-yard line, and he put the field in an instant.
It's a scoreless game, but it feels like after that completion, that may finally break. It's been tough sledding for both of these offenses. That time, they had the matchup they wanted. They took the shot. Really nice throw. Maybe that's the play that generates the first points of this game.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Keelan Russell. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. That ball was nearly intercepted. They'll live to tell about it. Third down coming up.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
From the gun on third down, Keelan Russell. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on third down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. And guys, after the miss, no change in the score. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Here's Reed to throw. Takes his shot. Out wide right, it's Edwards. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Left side is Edwards. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
And, man, this dude has been a weapon early in this football game. They just keep finding it. And the matchups are a problem. You want to put a linebacker on him, he's too fast for him. Continues to make catches, continues to chew up yards. You might want to think about putting a safety on him or somebody with a little bit more speed.
No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal. Dropping back, it's Reed. Back's got it on the screen. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Aggies!
Finally, somebody's able to get on the board. This game was sending offensive football back to the 1930s. Great job of executing. I know this is a defensive stalemate. I don't know how many points we're going to see in the second half. Guys, that touchdown, that might be all they need based on what we've seen here in the first half.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Russell unloads to the wideout. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Looking downfield very late in the half. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Makes a deep grab. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Fresh center downs going to the air. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Keeping it on the ground inside, it's Edwards. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, welcome into the epicenter of the college football world, our Orlando EA Sports Studios, and a great Week 8. First up, a look at Michigan, taking on the number 11 team, the Washington Huskies. And it's the Wolverines who are rewarded for feeding their star. For some reason, he plays better at home, and this team plays better at home, as they did today.
Here comes the Aggies offense out to start this drive. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback, Ben. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Throwing Reed. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Right side, it's Horton. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Running inside, it's Edwards. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Timed it perfectly to knock it free. It forces the third down.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a fourth down. Texas A&M will have to boot it away.
Well, I know this offense came out here in the second half hoping to build on their one-possession lead, but after that incompletion, I think the smart thing is to just kick it away here and let your defense play and try to get it back to you without giving up any points.
And that is just about a perfect punt as he pins them deep inside the 10-yard line. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. Wide receiver comes in motion. Hits inside, it's Hill. Oh, he's got some space. Pass to 50. He's at the 40. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Finding some room. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
And this offense is kind of showing you a little bit of everything, but putting big plays together, really getting their momentum going. This ground attack now, you watch, they've got a little bit of everything, man. The balance, the structure, the play calling. Right now, they're in a really good rhythm.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. From the gun, it's Edwards. At the 35, he's loose. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Reed. Out wide right, it's Craver. Still running at the 40. There he goes. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
This offense just gets a bolt of energy when they get a play like that. Now they're in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 20. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Out wide left, it's Craver. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal.
This offense can get a lot of yards, and it doesn't take a lot of plays. You've seen that here. They have speed, and speed. It kills you. If guys get a little bit of space, they just gobble up yards. They've had the defense completely on their heels, and now they're all the way back.
Makes the grab. Touchdown, Aggies. They take the lead with the 6.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
And the extra point is good. They'll take the penalty and move them back.
Number 38, set to kick off.
No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. Russell on play action. Right down the middle. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
And we were talking about it at half, guys. Like, how are they going to crack this puzzle, right? This defense so elite in the first half. Second half, they come out. They're trying to throw the football, man. I just don't know where the weaknesses are. They're going to have to keep working and keep trying to make that big play and stay aggressive.
And the quarterback will be forced out of bounds short of the line of scrimmage. I think they'll give him a sack. The number one job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
Russell from the gun on 3rd down. Throws to the tight end. Got him downfield. Offense still out there lining up quickly on 4th down. Plowing ahead on 4th down. At the 45 on his way. And he's brought down, but he picks up the 1st down, and the gamble pays off. Alabama pushing the tempo.
I know there's a lot of people out there when they see 4th and inches, they're thinking QB sneak, bush push, but not this offense. They've got conventional ways. They can turn around, hand the football off, and rip off an explosive play like they did there.
Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wideout. They'll go to the counter play. Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with the pickup of 4.
They showed this run in the first half, right? You saw it. They loaded up on this side, ran the football, had some success. What do they do in the second half? Pull some guys, run the counter the other direction to keep the defense off balance.
He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Firing to the right, complete. Goes down immediately, but he's got plenty and a fresh set of downs here. From the red zone, it's Hill. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense. They're allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Rolls right, throws to the back. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And they take it in for 6 more points. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
And the extra point is good. Let's see what he can do with the return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Straight ahead, it's Edwards. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Man, what a finish we could have. Tie game, third quarter here, 2nd and 10. They give it back to him. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both, and that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up third and long situations, and now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Now here's Reed. Right side, it's Horton. He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he's stopped.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Quick give. It's Edwards. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. Can't wait to see how this fourth quarter is going to go and see who can come out on top in this barn burner. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On the ground, it's Edwards. They got it blocked just enough, and a good gain on that run.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Deafening noise. Reed trying to cut through it. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They tied it up with a touchdown drive, got some good work from their defense, and now here in the fourth quarter, an opportunity to move on top. Flip it out to the back on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
And I love linebackers, man. They just have a nose for the football, an absolute feel. Great job not losing vision, feeling the running back start to come out of the backfield to catch the football, and then doing the most important part. Probably the hardest, too, getting him on the ground.
Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on third and long from the 28. Quarterback changing the play. From the gun on third down, Keelan Russell makes the grab. Turning it on at the 20. Touchdown time. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands right to him and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here. That lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
Reed just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
From From the gun on third down, Reed. He's going to fire to the left. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And the defense makes a big play, and you could see the quarterback. Once he bought time, started to roll to his left, the defense all reacts, comes to that side of the field, breaks on the football. He couldn't put enough mustard on it because he was running to his left. Defense takes advantage, forces the interception.
Quick screen to the speedster out wide. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
Second and long here. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Russell from the gun on third down. Moving out to the right. He'll get rid of it. Wide open downfield.
And they did everything right in this 4-minute type situation, trying to bleed the clock. First you get the completion, then you get the first down, and you stay in bounds. You could not execute that play any better.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground.
All right, so not a home run play for the offense, but I do like the creativity, and I like how they're going to stress this defense and do it in less conventional ways.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be 3rd down.
Man, an almost disaster again for this offense. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. The defense got their hands on another one. They are dialed in. They really got a good beat on this passing game.
This is a big 3rd down. If they can move the chains, they can just about salt this game away. The run inside. It's Hill. And he got it oh so close to that 1st down marker, but they still have a little work to do. It'll be 4th down.
And obviously on that 3rd down situation, the running game's in play. They go RPO, but how about the defense? They were ready for it up front. Good physicality setting up 4th down.
And it comes as absolutely no surprise. The offense will stay on the field and go for it on 4th and inches. Needs it. Dragged to the ground, but not before. He's converted to 4th down to keep the drive going.
How about that? You got the lead late in the game. Get some 1st downs. Salt this clock away. This is the exact position you want your offense in.
Imposing their will, right, David? I mean, we know we're running it. You know we're going to run it. We're trying to ice this game. There's nothing you can do to stop us.
They've got it down to the 32. 1st and 10 coming. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff that teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
Now on second down, and we'll probably see another run, and that might do it if they can get a first down. Quarterback signaling to his guys. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2. Texas A&M will use its second timeout. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. Takes the handoff. It's Hill. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Now the Aggies will use their last timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And he got just enough of that one. And now the lead is even bigger.
That's a big drive for this offense in the 4th quarter. Now to take a 2-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want them. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more, and don't give up those big plays. You're in a really good spot now.
This one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. Here's Reed to throw. Finds the big tight end. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Escapes the pressure going right. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Able to work his way for 5 yards. He needs a lot more than that, but they did get the clock stopped.
Man, this defense has their hands full today because not only do they have to worry about the running backs and not only do they have to worry about the passing game, they've got to worry about this quarterback running the football because of plays like that. Not a huge explosive play, but he showed you the athleticism.
He's going to take a shot. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Might as well finish with a little flair. The defense comes up with a turnover, and they can take a knee if they choose from here on out. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation.